Hi guys, hope you're well. I'm just doing another video there, and it's on 1 point perspective, but something slightly different. Kind of what we're going to do is the same steps we've been doing before, where it's 1 point perspective and drawing it out and all the rest of it. And then we're going to create another 1 point perspective in the same way. So it's obviously supposed to be a rear view mirror if you haven't picked that up already. And you do a 1 point perspective of what we're seeing behind. So you can be creative and create whatever you want. So what I'm going to do is mine is obviously going towards mountains. And if you look in the rear view mirror, it's going away from a city. That's the idea anyway. So we'll get started there and I'll show you. So again, the same steps as usual. This is a bit more complicated, but you can be more creative with this. So again, I'm going to have a pencil, marker. I'm actually going to use you need an eraser, or just do the lines initially light, because you will have to rub them out for the rear view mirror. Right, so we'll start off with the horizon line. I'm going to freehand this again. Horizon line, I'm going to pick a point in the center. That's the vanishing point, and draw a line coming out. 2, and again 1, 2, and I'll do another one. Don't go too high, just maybe an angle like this, and then something similar across the way. Right, so again, it's very rough, that's fine. So I'm going to draw lines, vertical lines coming down from the line we've drawn down to the one we just down to the bottom right one. Same steps we've been using the whole time. I will use that drawing I just did there as a basis of what we're going to do. So I will, these are going to be buildings on the right, so what I'll do is I'll just, don't do this too dark because we're going to be rubbing out some of this. So I'll leave that building go down that way. On the left, I'll just do the same. What I did before. Is just going to put, they're like street lights. So it's kind of the idea is that you're going away from a city and you're like going towards the mountains. So again, I'll draw a line straight down the center. That's going to be the basis where we're going to put the road markings. Okay, so that's the idea. So I'm just going to do, so I'll do 2 mountains. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the idea. I'll just do a few vertical lines actually, just so you can place the windows. So the windows are going to be in here, the doors are going to be there. But that's not going to be in view because the rear view mirror is going to be in the way. Alright, so it's all very light at the moment. So then what you're going to do is draw a rectangle in the center. You can use a ruler if you like. So this is going to be the part where it connects to the top of the roof of the car. Let's do a border going around it again. Right. So it's rough, but like, now what you're going to do is going to erase all this because this is going to be in your view because the rear view mirror is in the way. So again, as usual, you can create whatever you want the subject. You can copy this directly, or you can use the same steps and create your own version of it. This is quite challenging because it has to make you think how the two of them link together. So this person's on the same road, obviously. So there have to be similarities. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just pick a horizon line. So the horizon line is going from the rear view mirror. I'm going to pick it pretty high. And I'll pick it quite close, just so it's not too complicated. And again, what I'll do is I'm going to do the cityscape like I had done in the initial one. So all I'm going to do is keep it quite basic, just like rectangles. So it gives you a feeling that it's like a just a big kind of, you can base it on a city if you like. And say like, looks pretty organized city, but it looks as well big small big small. So they're the skyscrapers. So again, what I'm going to do is draw lines coming out. I'm going to use this at a higher angle. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to keep, because they have a lot the street lights on the left, I'm going to keep it the same as well, just so there's some similarities. Again, we do the same thing, so I'm going to do this line coming, say, up and out. And this one I was going to do, say, a line coming out again. Line, line, line down. So let's make trees, say. Obviously, the closer it is to you, the smaller, sorry, the closer it is to you, the bigger it is, and the further away from you it is, it's the smaller it is. And to make it kind of similar, so I'll start linking them together now. So that's the idea of it there. Okay, so I'll start darkening the initial drawing, just so I can start connecting them together. So, without moving the sketchbook possibly. So what I didn't do is connect them. So now I'm starting to pick and choose parts of this drawing I'm happy enough with. So that's the building. There's another building here. What I'll do is I'm just going to put in the side of a tree. So it's going to suggest that the tree started here, and then this is the next one behind me. I'll put a window as well. Say. Again, this is very rough. You can spend a bit more time with details and stuff like that. I just don't have the time. I'll put a little bin here. So that's the top of the roof. This is the side of this building here. Okay. And the mountains. There. That's the idea. So now I can go in and start darkening things. I'm going to set myself up here now. So the mountain goes up. Down. So it is 1 point perspective. It's just two of them on the one page. This is one of the more trickier ones, but it's one of the most creative ones. Like, you can link them together. Like, for example, you could have something in the background. You could have a car or a person, quick explosion if you wanted. You can get creative. Just kind of, you can make it more interesting than just a standard 1 point perspective. Kind of what you could see in a cartoon or something like. Right. Let's get this snow caps, and then that goes off. That's the idea of it. So I'll just go in with my dark pen, a marker even. You can use a darker pencil. So I'm just going to fly around here. Again, you can spend a lot more time given the details. If not, you can just follow the steps directly. No problem there. So, again, you can use straight line. So you can use a straight edge or a ruler if you like. For this drawing, it just takes a little bit longer to use a ruler. I find when I'm doing some of the drawings, and there's not an awful lot more detail in this than the other drawings I have done. So. The scraper's coming in there now. I'll just put it's very rough, but like, that's the idea. Okay, so these buildings here, so stick a nail in there, and then this is the curve, and then An awful lot of these drawings that I've done, I'll show you the techniques of how to get the subject. I haven't gone into tone or value of line or anything like that. I'll be doing videos on those different ways to hold a pen and pencil and stuff like that, because you can get different marks with those. But these are just more about just the technique, how to create a subject out of simple basic steps. So we'll be going into those type of things, just not in these types of videos. That's to give the idea. That's the shadow of. So the light's supposed to come this way, so the shadow doesn't hit this side of the building. I don't know just what it is. I'll make sure that you know it's the rear view mirror. So this is the part that connects to the top of the roof of the car. And I'll just darken in parts of this the rear view mirror. I just thought it was an interesting take on the 1 point perspective. Okay, cool. So there you go. That's it. So that's kind of combining two ideas together. A 1 point perspective by 2. It can be quite tricky, but do start off with a light pencil and try to figure it out. Use an eraser if you can, because you will need it to fill out, to take out the drawing out of the rear mirror when you're actually drawing into it. So yeah, that's another 1 point perspective. So yeah, give that a go. Again, it's testing, try yourself out, add different things into it, change it up if you like. Put it into the sketchbook if you have a sketchbook, because again, as I mentioned before, it's just easier to combine it all together. You'll see I use the sketchbook. It's just easier to have it all together rather than rip pages. If you have got a spare page and it's out of a sketchbook, you can always stick it in. So if you don't have a sketchbook, don't worry about it. So there you go, give it a go and test yourself out. And again, most important, just try to enjoy it. Can test your kind of understanding of three-dimensional objects as well. Right, give it a go and we'll talk later on there. Right, take care.